Congratulations! You are our free grocery customer of the day.
I saw you on your Instagram last night saying you would do anything for me, and you know that I would do the same thing for you, anything, and I hope I proved.
Rapper Nicki Minaj is teaching college students all across the country that it pays to get good grades.
What's good, bruh? Can you pay for my college tuition?
I could pay for that.
I know you can.
But this is the thing, though. If I pay for your college tuition, are you going to finish college? Or are you
Of course. Nah.
Congratulations. You are our free grocery customer of the day. I saw you on your Instagram last night saying you would do anything for me, and you know that I would do the same thing for you. Anything. And I hope rapper Nicki Minaj is teaching college students all across the country that it pays to get good grades. What's good, bro? Can you pay for my college tuition? I could pay for that. I know you can. This is the thing, though. If I pay for your college tuition, are you going to finish college? Of course. Nah. Okay, settle in because these stories are different. We're not talking about red carpet photo ops or celebrities smiling next to giant cardboard checks for the cameras. We're talking about the ones who quietly paid a stranger's hospital bill and then walked out the door before anyone could even learn their name. A movie star who stepped in during the worst moment of a woman's life, covered everything, and never said a word about it. A pop legend who watched a heartbroken stranger on live TV and fixed her biggest problem, then made the producers swear to keep his name out of it forever. Some of these stories only surfaced years later. Some of them only came out after the celebrity had passed away. And the one I saved for last involves a little boy with no family left in the world and a quiet promise that lasted 10 full years. Every single story is real. Every single one was meant to stay hidden. If you're new here, subscribe because we do this every week. And trust me, you're going to want to be here for this. Number 25. Chapter 2. Nicki Minaj pays off college tuition. Let's start with one that genuinely got out of hand in the best possible way. May 2017, Nicki Minaj is just messing around with fans on Twitter when somebody half-jokingly asks if she'll pay his college tuition. The conversation changed course when one follower tweeted this. Well, you want to pay for my tuition? Most celebrities would heart it and scroll past. Nicki types back, show me straight A's that I can verify with your school and I'll pay it. And then her timeline explodes. Desperate students start flooding her with report cards, loan balances, and textbook bills they couldn't cover. So, she just starts paying one after another. I really want to personally take this time to thank you. Like, it helps me. It's helping me so much. I've been paying for college out of pocket. A few hundred here for course materials, a couple thousand there for a semester. She sat at her computer for hours that night, checking grades and quietly clearing debt for complete strangers. She wasn't doing it for attention. She just couldn't stop when she saw how many kids were struggling. Number 24. Colin Farrell comes back 4 years later. In 2003, a Toronto radio station offered $2,000 to anyone who could bring Colin Farrell into their studio. Around the same time, Farrell met a homeless man on the street who went by Stress. When he heard about the contest, Farrell did something simple and kind. He let Stress walk him into that radio station, so the man could collect the entire cash prize.
Sweet story, right?
But that's not where it ends. For years later, Farrell came back to Toronto and went looking for him. He tracked Stress down on those same streets, took him shopping for proper clothes, then handed him enough money to cover first and last month's rent on a real apartment. He didn't have to remember a man he met once years earlier, but he went looking anyway, and he got him off the streets for good. Chapter 4. Shaquille O'Neal buys vehicles for a family. Carissa Collins and her husband were exhausted. 9 kids, a 10th on the way, and a beat-up 12-passenger van with the air conditioning completely dead in the Texas heat. During a random restaurant encounter, Shaquille O'Neal got to talking with this large, lovely family. He paid for their whole dinner. But the next morning, he showed up and took them straight to a dealership and custom-ordered them a brand new 15-passenger van. Then he noticed the dad's work truck didn't have air conditioning or heat either. So he drove them to another dealership and bought them a truck, too. Then he covered dinner again that night, quietly paid a stranger's tab at the next table, and left a $1,000 tip for a waitress who mentioned her own car was broken down. He didn't fix one problem. He kept taking care of everything that family was worried about. Chapter 5. Russell Crowe quietly secures a student's future. Number 22. A young man named Harry Pritchard from North Yorkshire got the news of his life in 2020. He'd been accepted into Lambda, one of the most prestigious drama schools in the world. And then the joy turned into panic because the tuition came with no funding and he couldn't even afford the deposit to hold his place. So, he started a small fundraiser and tweeted it out hoping for a few shares. Within days, Russell Crowe saw it. No press release, no public announcement. The Oscar winner just quietly sent the exact amount the kid needed right down to the pound to secure his spot. Pritchard told the BBC he couldn't believe it when he saw the Gladiator's name on his donation page. One legend removing the only thing standing between a kid and his future. Chapter 6. Kid Rock pays off holiday layaway for hundreds. Number 21. December 2018. A Walmart in Nashville. Kid Rock calls the store manager one Friday morning and says he wants to spread a little holiday cheer. His manager shows up shortly after and drops $81,000 to clear the layaway balances of 350 local families. These are working parents who had been paying off Christmas a few dollars at a time, terrified they wouldn't finish before the holiday. When they came in to collect their items, they weren't told it was a famous rock star. They were just handed a simple card that read, "Merry Christmas from your neighbor." And hundreds of kids woke up to presents under the tree because one man decided his neighbors shouldn't have to worry during the holidays. Number 20. John Cena and the Grieving Veteran. March 2020, a grocery store in Florida. An elderly Vietnam veteran named Bud Phillips was quietly loading his groceries onto the belt. Bud had recently lost his wife of 50 years, and his daughter said almost nothing made him smile anymore. Cooking was about the only thing that still got him out of the house. Standing right behind him in line was John Cena. He noticed Bud's navy hat, struck up a conversation, and thanked him for his service. And when it came time to pay, the cashier told the bewildered old man that the giant standing behind him had already covered his entire bill. The two of them took a selfie right there in the aisle, and Bud is beaming in it. His family said it was the first real smile they'd seen from him since his wife passed. It was never about a grocery bill. It was ABO. A grieving man being seen. Number 19. Early 2020. The world is shutting down. Chapter 8. Taylor Swift quietly pays rent for eviction notice. A freelance music photographer named Holly Turner posts online in a complete panic, saying her income just disappeared, and she's about to be evicted from her New York apartment. She wasn't asking anyone famous for anything. She was just scared. But Taylor Swift, who quietly reads her fans' posts more than anyone realizes, saw it. And she instantly sent Holly $3,000 with a note. "Holly, you've always been there for me. I want to be there for you right now. I hope this helps." Around the same time, she quietly sent another $3,000 to a fan struggling with utility bills and $50,000 to a family that had just lost their father. No announcement, no tour tie-in, just quietly helping where it was needed most. Chapter 9. Elvis Presley buys Cadillacs for strangers. Number 18. July 1975. A bank teller named Many Person was standing outside a Memphis Cadillac dealership, just window shopping a car she knew she'd never be able to afford when she noticed a familiar limousine parked out front. Inside, Elvis Presley was buying cars by the handful. He walked right up to this complete stranger and told her to go ahead and pick one out. She chose a golden white Cadillac and he paid for it on the spot. That same afternoon, he bought 13 more Cadillacs for total strangers wandering that lot. Over his life, Elvis gave away more than 100 cars to people who could do absolutely nothing for him in return. He just liked watching a stranger's world change in an instant. Chapter 10. Kunal Nair pays off medical debt at midnight. Number 17. Kunal Nair made a fortune playing Raj on The Big Bang Theory. But instead of fancy charity events, he developed a quiet habit late at night when he can't sleep. He scrolls through GoFundMe looking for ordinary families being crushed by impossible medical bills. Meanwhile, new families across the state are being buried under mountains of medical debt. It puts a toll on things really hard because we both stress that we're scared we're not going to make it through the week because we don't have enough money. And he quietly pays them off in full. No name, no trace, just an anonymous donor clearing the whole thing while the family is asleep. He recently called it his masked vigilante thing and said being able to change a stranger's life in the middle of the night makes his wealth feel like a gift instead of a weight. Somewhere out there, a family went to bed terrified and woke up to a zero balance, never knowing who had helped them. Chapter 11. M.